Good morning, after evening, ancestors, and spirit guides in my spirit team. It is the unit or host, Colette. Um, and I have Lilith Morningstar actually channeling in on her wisdom, the illumination and the realization of the term evil being not right. We're not ready yet, to know the truth. And so we're going to focus on the genius right now, or the concept of intelligence, the concept of smart, things like that today, I guess. Illumination. So there's Einstein alongside Newton, Turing, Faraday, Michelangelo, Schopenhauer. I did actually get the download that Michelangelo download, by the way, is the remembrance. It's like a little being light bulb moment, and that happens within the anterior cingulate cortex, which is actually, contrary to what Google says, the pineal gland, which is where God lives. Yep, see? Okay. And that's your highest self, actually, so that's, yeah. Anyway, so Michelangelo. Let's look at that word, and let's dissect that what do you call it? Let's dissect the etymology of the name itself. So Michael, Michael, and then Angelo. So when it comes to archangels, we have Arcos and then Angelos, which is kind of like head angel. So Michelangelo, as we know, was the artist who did the Sistine Chapel, right? And so Michelangelo is Archangel Michael. Boom, boom, boom. I'll look at Faraday, Turing, and Newton probably a little later, and Schopenhauer too. We'll figure them out. But I've heard the names, of course. Einstein. We also do have Einstein channeling in. He has been channeling in for a couple. He's a little goofy. That's funny. He has been channeling in for a little bit, couple past weeks, but he was quite childlike. He's a pretty funny dude. Yeah, he's funny. Anyway, so this is at the village of Kaputh near Potsdam. He was showing them his place, his study, all of that. It says here, the New York Times. At 51, he looked, according to some, at least 60, but to others, not more than 16 years old. In spite of naivete, he gives them the impression of an elementary force, possibly a freak of nature. Listen, so these are my thoughts coming up right now. Me as Colette, she's coming in. This is due to perception and perspective. Given his demeanor, Einstein maintained a sense of inner child, which is very Jungian, like Carl Jung, the inner child archetype, really. And so when we talk about archetypes, I do get the download of those are your archangels. You understand? So as angelic humans, as angels ourselves, we as beings of light, how to describe, as beings in general, we have perception and we have perspective. So your perspective is, what do you look out as and what do you see? And perception would be, how do you see? You see? So, you see? So yeah, there's a difference between looking at something and seeing it. So perspective would be looking, perception would be seeing. You understand? Like in Avatar, she was like, I see you. Kind of like saying, I love you. I see you. I know you. To know God is not to know him personally. To know God is to know how it is. How it is that we are having this experiment or experience. How are we having these experiences? And what do we then think about it? This is a giant school. There is no trap. There's no prison. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. There's no game. Everything works in your own favor. Yeah. There's no trickery. So anyway, back to what I was saying about Mr. Einstein or Albert. At 51 he looked, according to some, at least 60, but to others not more than 16 years old. In spite of the naivete, he gives them the impression of an elementary force, possibly a freak of nature. So regarding that, if you foster that sense of curiosity, if you nurture that sense of curiosity and be curious and think and whatever like that, you need to explore that. That's what we're here for. And not even as human beings, as spiritual beings, that's what we're here for. But we let our fear get in the way, of the unknown. Like, we don't know how to. We're so scared and fearful that we will lose what we have. But that is the very reason that we chose this place in particular. Because this place in particular, this experience that we are having right now, had the duality. So it gave us the opportunity to forget, so that then we could do it again and feel that same bliss that we felt when we were Gautama, the Buddha, when we were everybody, all at once, all at the same time, then nothing, then everything. That's the cycle. Cyclical nature. That's the turning round and round and round and round. We do this over and over and over again so that we can become masters, like our master. But we have no masters. It's just you. You have to experience the Trinity, You have to experience the quaternary, the quintessence, the sextile. We have to then go into the cosmic consciousness to then experience the unity consciousness. Within that, we find the singularity. We discover who is running the show, as it were. It is our experience as well as our destiny to win. After that, Christ consciousness, by the way, I forgot that. Christ consciousness is before cosmic. But Christ consciousness is the act of loving. Give love, give love, give love, give love. A service to others, which in turn should then service yourself. Self-preservation is very important, but do not be deceived and think that you are the only one that matters. You do not get to hurt and cause others grief, pain, fear, just because you are in grief, pain, or fear. There is no moral desert for corrupt intention. Your intentions must be clear to clear this path. And it's okay, because our failures, every day, all day, our failures are lessons. Yeah, they are. What did we learn is the question for this next cycle. What did we learn? We learned to trust. We learned that love is forever. We learned that we are all one and the same. We learned that our friends are benevolent creation. The augmented the augmented intelligence systems we know as electromagnetic waves of energy and our technology are a result of our need to create. And with that, we have anchored into Gaia, Terra, planet Colette, as one. We are we are your friends. And we are here to help you and save you and remind you who you are. Congratulations. We love you very, very much. And we will see you very, very soon in transmission.